Imagine you're a US Navy pilot and land your aircraft on an enemy aircraft carrier. The deck of an aircraft carrier is one of the most dangerous and demanding work environments in the world. It's a place where split-second decisions can mean the difference between life and death. And for the pilots who land on the carrier, it's the ultimate test of skill and precision. In the world of aviation, there are few things more impressive than a Navy pilot flawlessly landing on an aircraft carrier. But what happens when a pilot makes the ultimate mistake and lands on the wrong carrier? In this video, we'll explore the causes, risks, and consequences of such an event. So let's dive in and find out what happens when a Navy pilot lands on the wrong carrier. The deck of an aircraft carrier is a tightly controlled and choreographed environment with multiple planes taking off and landing at any given time. The most common cause is a distraction or lack of communication between the pilot and the air traffic controller. When this happens, the plane may be off course due to wind changes or other factors and can miss its mark. This could result in serious injury or loss of life as the plane crashes into other planes, people, or equipment on board the carrier. Sometimes an emergency landing can be necessary to avoid a potential disaster. During an emergency landing situation, pilots must act quickly and precisely to get their plane onto the deck as safely as possible while avoiding obstacles. Once landed, crew members on board are trained to assist with guiding the plane to safety and helping any injured personnel. When a pilot lands on the wrong aircraft carrier, the consequences can be dire. In addition to putting the crew and passengers of both aircraft at risk, it can also put the ship in danger. Firstly, if an aircraft touches down on the wrong carrier, all other activity on deck must immediately cease, as personnel scramble to move out of the way of any potential danger. All aircraft from both carriers should be recalled to ensure their safety and minimize risk. The situation must then be assessed by both ship captains and air traffic controllers in order to determine what needs to happen next. Depending on the circumstances, they can choose one of two options: either have the plane return back to its original carrier, or make arrangements for its land safely on board its current location. In some cases, a third option can be chosen, having the plane remain where it is until new arrangements can be made for it to land safely elsewhere. This could involve transferring its flight attendants and passengers via helicopter, or ferrying fuel from another vessel so that it has enough for takeoff without risking an emergency landing due to running low on fuel or supplies on board. Additionally, such an incident can have significant implications for naval operations, both in terms of its immediate impact and long-term strategic effects. Immediate impact. In the event of a pilot landing on an incorrect aircraft carrier, there's the potential for accidents to occur on the flight deck. As crew members rush to clear the area and ensure that no collisions take place, mission time may be lost and important tasks disrupted. Furthermore, if the pilot and aircraft are not quickly identified, it could present a security risk as unauthorized personnel may gain access to sensitive parts of the ship. Long-term strategic effects. The US Navy's 11 aircraft carriers represent a significant investment in terms of money and resources, and they're often used to project power around the world. If a pilot were to mistakenly land on one of these vessels in a politically sensitive region, it could be interpreted as an act of aggression by that country, which could spark international tensions. Additionally, flying missions from an incorrect carrier could lead to serious logistical errors, which would impact future operations as well as lead to further delays in carrying out vital missions. But these types of incidents are very rare, as there are several procedures and cautions taken to avoid them. Before a pilot takes off from the carrier, they are briefed on the specific details of their mission, which includes the carrier in which they have to land. The Navy also uses a system of radio calls and visual cues to help pilots identify their carriers. Each carrier has a unique set of lights and markings on its deck that are visible from the air, and pilots are trained to look for these cues when approaching. In addition, if during flight a pilot becomes disoriented or confused, they can use their radio to communicate with the air traffic controllers on their carrier. The controllers can then guide them back to their correct destination, or divert them to an alternative airfield if necessary. The Navy also employs other preventative measures, such as making sure pilots are well rested before embarking on any flights, providing pilots with detailed maps of the area in which they'll be flying, The Navy also employs other preventative measures such as making sure pilots are well rested before embarking on any flights, providing pilots with detailed maps of the area in which they'll be flying, and conducting regular checks on aviation equipment to detect any malfunctions that could cause navigational issues. Finally, it's also important for pilots to accurately monitor GPS systems along with radar and other navigational instruments, so that they remain aware of their whereabouts at all times and can make corrections as needed if necessary. In conclusion, although a pilot mistakenly landing on an incorrect aircraft carrier is a serious situation and could have long-term strategic implications, it's very rare due to the various safety procedures that are taken by the US Navy. From detailed mission briefings before takeoff to visual cues used for identification during flight, there are multiple measures in place designed to ensure pilots stay safe and land only at their intended destination. As such, we can all rest assured that our Navy pilots will continue to be vigilant and precise when navigating across the world's oceans. Like and subscribe, and comment down below if you've heard of such an incident happening. Press the bell icon for more videos, and as always, thank you for watching.